So the last thing we're going to talk about, and this is one of the struggles that people have talked about on the Facebook group, and that is confidence. And what I'd like to say about this is I believe that confidence is tied into the other things we're going to talk about, which is a byproduct of discipline and knowing yourself and resilience. So what do you have to say about helping people build confidence in whatever they're doing?
So our self-image is essential to doing a good job, but it can't be lied to. It has to be understanding really what we're capable of. And that's why measuring ourselves constantly is very important, and understanding our strengths and our weaknesses. And then addressing that with our self-image. The number one indicator of success is always real confidence. It's not braggadociousness. It's not false confidence. It's real confidence. And the way we do that is we develop every day by doing the work, which gives us this kind of buttressing effect that we know we have done and created a current level of skill, which allows us to bring it to the task at hand. Mm-hmm. So as we create and we work and we move forward, or we have words, actions, and deeds, this creates the image of who we are, and we know what we're capable of. It also keeps you safe from feeling like you've been out competed by somebody else, because the true competition is always with yourself, and we say that. Mm-hmm. But if you know you did your best job and the other person beat you, and you don't have to listen to nonsense like, second place is the first place winner. If you did everything you can and you brought your current level of skill to the task, that's sufficient. Now you have something to work on. And that's how you continue to move forward over and over again. The way we approach failure is it's a process of correction, and we dust ourselves off, which makes us resilient. And a resilient person is impossible to defeat. But even more important is we want an anti-fragile person. This is something that's been coined. There's a good book on it. But it means that any system that can be approached by very robust pressures and continue not only to survive, but to thrive, will create a self-image and a usefulness. I'll give you, for instance, of what all that word mumbo jumbo means. I had a robust business. My gym was very successful. Lots of fighters coming in. I taught fitness classes. I taught kickboxing classes. I taught children's classes. So my market was very well secured. It wasn't one thing. The only thing it couldn't overcome was the virus. The virus shut my doors 3 weeks before the government decided to do anything, because frankly, people weren't going to come. So in that moment, I lost the definition of who I was. 4 decades of work simply ceased to exist. And then I got sick and almost died. And I had to make a decision. I decided to close the doors, because I knew if I kept throwing money after it, it would never get better. And I never knew if it was going to recover. So I threw myself on the winds of change. I started teaching at our home range here, developed a pretty good course, had a lot of people coming to class, and then the county shut me down. So I couldn't teach her anymore. So then it forced me out on the road, which is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's made me anti-fragile, because it doesn't matter what comes this way. I welcome this, because my self-image is now, it doesn't matter. I will continue to adapt and to change and overcome these things and become more robust as I move on. And my resilience is not dependent on the job I do, or where I live, or how much money I make, or all that. It's dependent on who I am, and whatever comes or goes, whatever moment, how I react to it gives me true resilience. And that's the motivation to always do better and to set an example. And this year I've decided to try to be more vulnerable with people, and that's not easy, but that's another anti-fragile thing for me to do, because if I can expose my weaknesses, what can you do to me? What can you say? Because YouTube is horrible.
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of I should dress better, I look funny, I should shave, I should gain weight, I should lose weight, and you get all these horrible negative things, but you learn there's something good in there. And the funny thing is, most people that are really interested, they don't say a whole lot. They watch, they take the information, they go to work. And that's how we change our self-image. We don't listen to those silly things. We pay attention to the things that matter. We listen to the good people, and we pay attention to it. We get better, set clear goals, and off we go.
And you also have a good attitude. I remember you talking about, This was another impactful moment for me when you said, when I step to the line to shoot, I think to myself, I get to do this. And honestly, Brian, when you said that, now when I step to the line, I'm excited and nervous at the same time, but my overall attitude is like kind of giddy. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time I'm kind of
Yes.
giddy about it, and I'm like, I can't wait to do this. I'm so excited. And people kind of make fun of me on the range and at matches and stuff, and like in a fun loving way, because I just get so excited about it. And I love that because I see people all the time who step to the line with pure dread, fear, doubt, all of it, all over their face. And if you enjoy shooting, then maybe you should consider turning that perspective around and thinking, I feel so blessed to be able to do this today, if you truly love to do it.
A couple quick things on that. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, it is the father and mother of all virtues. And what happens in our brain is biochemically, we release these really great series of things in our brain that make us feel really good and process information. And when you release the struggle like you did and you embrace it instead, you ride that wave, what
Mhm.
happens is the cycles of the brain change in that moment. And then it becomes what's possible
Yeah.
instead of what could happen. And
Mhm.
most people live in two kingdoms they can't enter ever, the past and the future. So they're worried about how the future will work out, and they're going to have the future that they're worried about because it's self-fulfilling, or they're
Mhm.
trying to correct a past that they have no power over. I'm not going to miss this shot again, or I hope I don't miss this. But we all get a chance to do stuff we love, and we get to do it. The only consequence is a score or a time or an
Mhm.
outcome.
Mhm.
And that's a wonderful chance to be alive and to be present and to
Mhm.
be fully human in that moment and to stand in front of people and do your work. And what a great opportunity is. And the wonderful thing is, once you embrace the struggle, you forget about everybody else anyway.
Right.
It becomes just your event.
Right.